Welcome to Rise Up with Robby, the live stream where politics, sports, and faith come together to inspire, challenge, and empower. Your host is Robby Wells, former NCAA Division I football coach, motivational speaker, author, and former presidential candidate. Every week, we will tackle today's biggest issues, explore the world of sports, and discover how faith and purpose can help you overcome any obstacle. Get ready for bold conversations and practical inspiration. It's time to rise up.
Well, hey, and welcome to the Rise Up with Robby podcast. I'm Robby Wells. I'm coming to you from Roanoke, Virginia. Listen, we have got a major guest on the show today. This is going to be just so much fun. I've got Tresh Creighton. She is a fitness instructor, one of the top fitness instructors in the entire world. She's an award-winning model, community leader, founder of the Tresh the Body. And she's also been a fitness pro competitor. She got a pro card. So we're really excited. You're going to learn a lot of great things, whether you're male or female. She's worked with both, and she does great things, gets great results with folks. You're going to see what I see in just a minute. We're going to go to a break, and when we get back, we're going to go straight into this. So watch this.
I'm Robby Wells. I was a former college football coach, also ran for president of the United States. Understand this, you're going to go through some dark times. Some of you in here may be going through them, and that's why you're new to this business, okay? Midnight's the darkest part of any day. Just remember, midnight does not last very long, because at 12:01 it's morning, and it's time to rise up, and it's time to blast off. Understand this, you're going to get better and better and better. You're going to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. Fail big. Because if you fail big, you're going to learn from it and you're going to move on from it. But always take advice from those that have been there and they have done that. You see, whether you are black or white, young or old, male or female, a member of the LGBTQ community, whatever your religion may be, we're all very unique in this room right here. We can celebrate our differences because we've got one common bond. We are all Americans and we all work for the greatest company on the face of this planet, Family First Life.
So Family First Life is one of the greatest life insurance brokerage companies out there. I'm a part of that. If any of you watching this are in need of either a whole life, term life, an IUL to set your kids up to be millionaires when they're ready to retire, we can do that. You just give us a call and we'll take care of it. Hey, we're going to get right into it right now. I've got Tresh with us right here. Hey, Tresh.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing just fine. Listen, I'm so excited to have you on. I've had some great guests on this podcast. I really have. But I'm telling you, I am more excited about this one right here and what you have going on in your profession and in your life right now. So tell us a little bit about just this past Saturday night. Y'all had a major event with these girls.
Yeah, so we had a pageant. We usually have a parade, a Hispanic parade every single year. And during that parade, the winner of the pageant gets to become Miss Latina in Rockland County. So we had a casting, and we had girls from all over Rockland County come and cast for it. And those who made the casting could come in, practice working with me, do the transitions, learn how to conduct themselves as if they were Miss America. And then they were finally able to compete against each other for that title. And it was beautiful.
Okay. I am so sorry. So I know that all those girls at that event, Tresh, I've seen some of the footage leading up to it where y'all were practicing and whatnot. I can tell these young ladies look up to you so much. They want to be you when they grow up.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good. I have to say that I'm humble. So when they would say it to me, I'm like, oh, really? Oh, you're so sweet. Because I'm not expecting to get anything from it. I wasn't expecting congratulations. When I was younger, there were so many beautiful women that came into my life and taught me so many things. And I just feel like it's only right to pay it forward and make sure the children grow to in the future and it being better than you. It's a lot of future.
So we'll switch gears just for a second. You know, with you being one of the leading fitness coaches in the entire world, right? I want to know your journey and how you got to where you are right now.
Well, it started off with me just working out. I was in college, working out, and graduated, and then there was a coach in one that I felt who was just saying to me, you have a pretty physique, you should do bodybuilding. And at the time, I was just doing basic modeling, in high school, going down to New York, forging signatures so I could get roles, and I actually did. And I was like, no, I think I'm going to stick with the modeling. I was actually cool with it, I practiced for it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And I ended up doing, I believe it was the WBFF. And in my first show, I placed top 5. Then my coach said, it's time to go for the big roles. Then I went for my OCB, and in my second show, I got first place. So ever since I started doing that, I realized through bodybuilding, it wasn't just about building a body. It was about building discipline for myself, building time management, how to eat healthier, how to respect myself, and just being able to work with other people and take direction. Because in life and in school, you don't apply those things when it comes to real life. It wasn't until I was in bodybuilding I realized how serious this was, how much dedication and how much mental clarity and mental strength you need to have to perform those type of shows. And once I started developing myself and started becoming really big at it, then a lot of people were saying, hey, I want to look like you. I said, if that's the case, I'm going to get my certification. I got certified in tourism. And ever since then, it was history. It became my biggest business.
That's just really interesting to me. Listening to how you started there, how you were kind of where you are right now. Walk us through like your routine when you were getting ready to actually compete to get your pro card.
Oh my gosh. I actually remember as if it was yesterday. But first of all, the meal guys are so strict. Like, you have to stay on it. If you even have a piece of chocolate in your purse, like, you have to eat healthy nutrition. You have to work out for the goal that you're going for. So whether you're doing bikini or wellness or figure or full-blown bodybuilding, there's a specific criteria that you're going to be in. You have to work out for it. You have to wake up early and get home. There's no playtime. You have to take it serious. You have to know this means business. I'm gonna win. That's the only vision I have. When I want something, the blinders go like this. I don't
Right.
I don't hear anybody. It's about me and the goal.
That's the way us champions are. That's right.
And I say I won already. I already won because it wouldn't have been given to me if it wasn't mine. That's how I think, right?
Right.
Right. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. So I dedicated myself. The nutrition, like I said, is 100% everything. I practice my routine, my walk. I hired my coach to teach me how to turn and transition on stage. And I won best performer as well, on top of my first place win. But yeah, that was like something I took in regards to that routine. I probably had one cheat meal a week. I didn't drink alcohol at all, no smoking. I made sure I got a lot of rest. And once I did that, it's really all mental. You have good diet, you have to practice, you have to manage it. There's no like, you can't have one good athlete. Right? You do it, and it will show on stage.
Yeah. You know, one thing I do know for sure, when you see someone that is a champion like you, a pro like you had to do what other people won't do in order to get what other people don't get. Does that make sense? And true champions, I've always said this, true champions are champions because they find a way to overcome the adversity that's been put in their life. We all have adversity. A lot of people don't overcome it. They don't try to overcome it. They just accept it for what it is. But I know for the simple fact that you're a pro because you won those competitions. Whatever that adversity is, you're a winner now. You've had to overcome it.
One of
Right.
the adversities that I had when I was doing my show, I'm also a mother, and at the time my son was very young. So not only did I have to meet Treshanna, the trainer, and meet Treshanna, the model, and meet Treshanna, the new, bikini model, I also had to be mommy and kind of separate. It's like you have to have multiple personalities in order for you to stand tall for this one, but then be feminine and nurturing enough for the child. So it was really hard battling that. You don't have food. You're not getting enough rest. You're doing 50 minutes of cardio 7 days a week, and you're punching down to the show with lack of water. Everything is going to go reverse. Like you're at your last end. Your brain feels like you haven't had a meal in 10 days, so you'll snap like, I need food,
Right.
So I went through that a lot with my son, really being patient, but I'm happy I was able to experience that because he got to see the side of the athlete, which is what led to him being a great athlete in high school. So he's having the same thing. I kind of was a good role model for him to see while I was doing the shows. So the majority of that my adversity was just still being a parent, still making sure I was present for him while still maintaining my discipline.
Well, I know that, anytime that you have someone that's getting ready for a major competition, let's say it's even business, they're going for a major deadline, and they're really on top of their game. Those type of individuals like you, Tresh, are always sitting there, even at the last moment, and you're way ahead. Deep down inside, it's yours. But you're thinking to yourself, have I done everything I can do?
That's right.
Right?
Like it's just never enough. There's always
Never enough.
something that can always be better than. So you can say, yeah, I got it in the bag, but there's always that one person that just might do that right thing that you're like, and I just won't let that be me. So I'm gonna cover all my tracks. I'm gonna cross all my T's 50 million times, dot all my I's to make sure I would do the best that I can do. So let's say if I won or didn't win, I feel happy with the result that I did my best for. If I kind of went half-assed, I'm like, it's a treasure to do. But if I put 100% of what I did, somebody was win, somebody I saw, I will accept it and say I tried my best. So now next time forward, I'm gonna do it different. And this is where I would go to the coaches and they would feel like, what could I have done better? What was it that caused me to do this? And guess what? I'm gonna work on that. The next time you see me, you're gonna see that progress. That's just how
And I knew that. I knew that from the beginning. I mean, just watching what you've done, and we're going to get into a little bit about your routine, like some exercises you do in just a little bit. But let's talk real quick. I know about 2 years ago, you won that international model competition. Oh my goodness. And you got to go to Paris, I believe, and do a photo shoot, the whole 9 yards over there, correct?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay. So,
whole other thing.
so what was it mainly just like a layout, like a photo shoot layout, or did you do the runway? Because Paris is the mecca for fashion and modeling. Okay. That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about your secret for success. Okay. There's a lot of young people that follow you. I know that. I've watched you on social media for a while now. And a lot of these young girls, they really admire you. I know you saw it this past weekend with the girls that you were working with this pageant. They all want to grow up and they want to be like Tresh. Okay? And I've talked with a lot of champions, and there seems to be a lot of common threads like persistence, discipline, knowing your circle, keeping it tight. And it seems like being a champion, being that athlete runs in the family with you, okay? I believe I saw where your son is a track athlete. And my first question about that is, were you his coach?
Pretty much, yeah. I coached him. I pretty much, since he was 3 years old, I put him in so many activities like Taekwondo. He was in everything. From Taekwondo, I ended up training him. And he needs to have his discipline, he needs to have his motivation, his mindset in order to be a champion. Champions are made. So it's one champion. You have to take it. You can't fall off the baseline. So we trained him. I was like to be able to take him out to the track, show him how to do things.
Well, I know you're a proud mom.
I was the mom. Yeah, that's my boy. It was,
And now here he is, a Division I cheerleader at Rutgers, correct? That's so cool. Yeah, and for those of you that are listening, you're thinking a cheerleader. Let me tell you something. Those cheerleaders, it's more strenuous doing what they do, in my humble opinion, than a lot of these other collegiate sports.
correct. Like he's throwing up girls, catching them, flipping them. That takes a bunch.
He's basically got those girls' lives in his hands when he's holding them up. Well, I know you're a proud mom. You got to be.
Oh, I'm so proud. And he's such a great young man. You know, it's funny because right before I won the international model of the year, my opinion centers. I had won that. It was to me, I felt like it was just like God or by chance because when I was like walking, you know, doing the international model, my stomach was still hurting. So I was really walking slow. So my stomach was hurting. And they said I had the best one. Can you believe that?
Nice. Okay, let's switch gears for a second.
Yeah.
So we all have those that we look up to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I do a lot of speaking. I look up to people like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Ed Milet, Coach E.T., Billy Allsbrooks, even my minister, Stephen Furtick at Elevation Church, and several others. But when it comes to fitness, I look up, of course, to my personal trainer, which is Matt Rude. And he's very similar on his end with guys. I know you do guys and girls, but he mentioned this stuff, guys. And you recently, Tresh, you posted a video of this exercise that you were doing with a medicine ball. And I kind of call it the ball and plank. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it?
I just call like plank rolls, like a normal rolls.
Plank rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or plank rolls.
So I want everybody to see this video of you doing that because it's going to look easy because she's graceful and she's used to it, she's beautiful and all that kind of good stuff. So let's watch it, but I promise you, this is a very, very difficult exercise. Let's watch this video, Tresh. All right, there you are. She's in a planking position. Her left elbow is down, and then she's got the ball and she's coming. That's really hard, guys. I don't know if you realize that is really, really hard. I remember after I saw that exercise, I contacted you right after I saw it, and I told you this is a major deal. And it took me, seriously, several days to figure out how to do it. And I don't know if you remember, but as soon as I figured out how to do it, I sent you a message. I said, Trent, I figured it out. And you said, let me see. And so I did a video.
Yeah.
So the next video, everybody, that you're going to see is me. Now, let me go ahead and prepare you guys. I'm not Tresh. I'm not as pretty. I'm not as graceful, but I do it. So here's me. Yeah.
There you go. You're getting up to the plank.
Plank.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
And for those of you that are watching, it's really, really hard. So it's not frozen on my end. Is it working on your end? Can you see it, Tresh? Okay, cool.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah. In fact, ever since then, I go to the gym 6 days a week. I do this exercise. I put it in my bios that I do every day. I do that every day. I do ab stuff every day. Okay. So I've always believed that to be a champion and to achieve what others don't do, like I said, you got to be willing. You got to be willing to do what they won't do. As a champion, there's so many things that we can do to set ourselves apart from others. What are some of the things that you do personally that you know that probably the average person isn't doing, but if they just incorporated it, it would make them have so much of a better life.
Believing that the things that they want to do, that is the wish and understand that you need this, I want this, I need this, and I'm actually towards it. If I say I want them to do a thing, I'm going to work towards that goal as long as I can. I want new shoes, I'm putting in my closet, making space, and the shoes are already there because I have a foot to my door,
Yeah.
you know? So I just have a mentality that's pretty much what I have. Most people don't do that. Most people actually don't tell themselves and they don't do it. So that's one thing I know about things that's happened to me. I believe in power. I believe in God. I believe everything right now. So before I go on stage, before I do this podcast, before I get my water, I get things for my life. And that's the thing. It's for that. Because it's for friends and family. It's for the living. It's for the way they live their lives, right? Here, I have another day to try this again, you know? So,
Right.
but that's something very different that I would bring to the table. It's like a self-awareness connection to
Well, I've always said, if each one of us as human beings can just look at ourselves, look at where you want to ultimately end up. Now, you can't get there in one day, but if you get 1% better every day, and over the course of a period of time, you end up getting exactly what you want. To make yourself a better person, one thing that I tell people to do, read 10 pages of a book every day. So within a week or within a month, you've read 300 pages, which is usually a book. That's the average size of a book. So if you do that for an entire year, you just read 12 books. Okay? That's just one thing. Maybe it's going new places, meeting new people, giving back. I know that you've done all of that. That's all part of being a champion and of you being you, Tresh. So with that being said, we're coming towards the end of the podcast, okay?
So quickly.
Oh, it's quick. It's quick. So I want you to take about 4 or 5 minutes. Anything that you've got on your heart that you want to share with these young girls or young guys out here that are coming up in a really tough environment right now, especially this Gen Z. It just seems like a lot of people out here have literally no direction. And I've always said, if anybody in this Gen Z has any sense of a work ethic, they can go really, really far because of what's going on. So if you could, just take a few minutes and talk about that. And then after that, we're going to figure out how everybody can get in touch with you. So go ahead.
I believe that for our generation, speaking for us, we have to have a mentor. Like we need someone to look up to as a mentor. The youth are into the social media and they're getting a lot of their ideas from there. They're getting from some of the experiences. So I would say find a mentor, find somebody in your craft that you want to be able to help you elevate. Find friends and circle of people who are going to elevate you. I always tell my son, if you have a friend that's a kid, you want to be a mentor. Okay? Find friends who are going to elevate you. If you know that you're the smartest one in the room, find friends who are going to help elevate you. Make sure you're being healthy. So I know everyone, you get over your portion. You don't get into mental illness, diabetes, high blood pressure. So make sure that you say, listen, be healthy. Read books. You need knowledge. The things you learn in school, it could be very different from your life experiences. So you have to read. Self-help books, for example. There's just some books that I usually write off to read. The Mastery of Love. That's so important. That's the thing that the monk who stole listen to that voice, okay? Listen to your heart. Because your heart knows. If it got here, it was meant for you. So fly like you're supposed to fly. Do all the things that you want to do. You only have one life. And then once you do it, and you achieve it, you feel so good that you did it. And you're able to be that everyone else is contribute to pay it forward to the next life. It's a job.
You're right. We only have one life. And one thing that I used to do when I was teaching in the classroom, I'd tell people, or the kids, I'd say, we all think that we need a second chance in life. But when it comes to life, you can make some decisions where you only get one chance. That's right. You get one chance to do it. Now, it's okay to fail. In fact, if you're trying, you're going to fail.
Right.
And it's okay to fail, because fail big. And you know, Tresh, I've said this, and I know that you probably think this too. You may not say it the same exact way, but I've always said, whatever lane a person wants to go, find somebody that's already been there and done that in that lane and take the advice from them. Because what usually ends up happening, especially if somebody goes as an entrepreneur like you and like me, if they go into business for themselves and they're all excited and everything, they go and they tell their family. Their family's like, ooh, you need to go get a job. Family is the first one that will try to knock you down from your goals, because they don't understand, because they're sitting in an average lane and you're sitting here trying to go above it. So I've always said, if you want to be a billionaire, take advice from a billionaire. If you want to be a millionaire, take advice from a millionaire. Okay? If you want to be in great shape, take advice from Tresh. Right?
Absolutely. That's what I tell my friends, or I tell my son, like, listen, whoever it is that you're trying to be like, you gotta emulate. If you want to be a speaker, you gotta go for the great speaker. See what they say, see what makes it different. I want to give them what the human girl. Who won this Olympiad? What was her routine? What did she eat? How did she pose? What made her the winner? That's what I'm looking at. I'm not just gonna do it just to do it. No, I need to follow. I'm not reinventing wheels here. There's a system here. You gotta follow the system sometimes.
Follow the system.
And it's not that you're following a mold, like following in the matrix. You're following the system to break through. Break it through.
Very good. Love it. Absolutely love it. So Tresh, we're right here at the end of the podcast. Let everybody know how they can follow you, how they can get in touch with you, because I know you take on clients all the time. Am I correct?
I do. I make it easy. You can find me on Instagram at Tresh, Tresh, the body, or my personal page, Treshanna E, or my Facebook, Treshanna E. Keep it very simple. No need for websites. Everything we need is right on my Instagram. You can ask me any questions. And if you will, I can help you get to the best result that you need. So it's not like you're dieting or just working out. It's a lifestyle change. It just becomes you. The way you gotta do it. And then look back in your 80s and say, look at me. I'm able to still walk like a jog. I can still do things that my friends are not doing. Because you're doing what people are not doing. You know, so that's really what it's all about.
Well, it's been wonderful. Truly a pleasure and an honor to have the fitness queen of America right here on our podcast today. Thank you for being here. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk to you real quick, and we're going to call it a day.
What do you do when life knocks you down? You rise up. In Touchdown America, coach, speaker, and presidential candidate Robby Wells shares his remarkable journey through football, politics, adversity, and second chances. Packed with hard-won wisdom and powerful inspiration, this must-read memoir will challenge you to pursue your dreams, learn from every setback, and rise again. Get your copy of Touchdown America today. Thanks for joining us on Rise Up with Robby. If today's conversation encouraged or challenged you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this live stream with your family and friends. Join us again every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, keep your faith strong, keep moving forward, and remember, it's always time to rise up.